if I told you you could make a quilted wall hanging with just a butter knife? Hello and welcome. I'm Lindsay Crane and these are my retro craft dreams. Today I have a project I've been really wanting to try out for the last few years. I found this project in my Creative Ideas for Christmas 1985. We have this Quilt Look Village project, and it uses craft foam and a butter knife to score and poke in little bits of fabric to make a picture that looks like a quilt, which I think is adorable, and I kind of wish I was making this today. But I don't have any foam on hand, and that is kind of a crucial part of this project, is some craft foam. However, what I do have is an updated version of this project. This is a kit by Quilt Magic at quilt-magic.com. I have yet to see if that website is still active. It is 25 years old, from the year 2000. This design is laser cut into the foam board. And I found this at a thrift store several years ago, and whoever originally bought it was kind enough to also buy the fabric set. One thing to note about this foam is it does have two layers. There is a harder foam on the bottom and a softer, squishier one on top. So we're gonna try this out and see how it goes, and all I need is a butter knife and some scissors. Oh, this has something else in it. What is this? Ah! So they were kind enough to give me this too. That's funny. It's a very fancy butter knife blade. I don't know. We'll try it with both so I can prove that you only need a butter knife. I think there's nothing left to say, but let's get started. I don't have to use a butter knife. Somebody bought something fancy. Although, I'll probably make sure I'll still try it. Many bits of fabric. Let's go ahead and get this open. And then it looks like we have line drawings. Oh boy, there's going to be a lot more cutting involved in this than I realized. Whew. Well, let's just take it one little bite at a time. Cut all four corners of foam board all the way through to the back. Note, for this step only use a dinner knife with serrated edge to help cut through the foam board. I don't like this. You had a laser and you didn't do this for me? I mean, if you have an X-Acto knife or something, probably use that. But for proof of concept, yes, you can cut it with a dinner knife. And here comes Toby. Don't lay on that. I need that. That one a little awry. All right, so I'm cutting to there. Maybe. There are a lot of tiny pieces in this. This might not be a good entry-level design. We're gonna lay this wrong side up with this on top. Wrap the fabric around to the front of the design face and tuck the fabric into the first groove with a dull dinner knife. Hint, start with the center and work toward the mitered ends. Hi. Biscuits, we're getting biscuits. And you're snagging my sweater. Can I do this with him in my lap? Maybe. There we go. I was just too timid. Oh, Toby. All right, now I think I need to cut it down. It didn't say to do that, but it's clearly too big. So we're just gonna pull that back out and we're gonna slide it. Can I cut straight with a cat on my arm? Huh, buddy? It is a little hard to find the grooves that I'm supposed to be aiming for here. And it's going to be real tricky, I think, when I get to these little pieces, because I don't want to accidentally cut new lines, you know? Pull the loose corners up and cut the excess fabric about 3/8 of an inch from the mitered grooves. Ah, okay, so this little doohickey flap right there is why we had to cut the corners all the way through to start with. Okay, so we're gonna tuck that in that way, and that in that way. Are you done? Can I have my arm? Okay. Only because he's gonna sit on that. Okay, and then we're going to cut this little bit so that it can tuck into that corner. Now, can I tuck it in without making a mess of things? Well, it's a little awkward, but this is just the corners, you know. Maybe the rest is fine. I think I'm gonna wanna cut it on this line here. All right, one more side, 2 more corners. I feel like I'm destroying it more than actually doing what it should be doing. Does that make sense? Like, you know, once you break the foam, you can't get it back. And I feel like I'm kind of going too hard, but I can't go any less. Okay, these corners are not pretty, but they function. So we've got a numbered chart. It doesn't say what color is which, so I have to look at the picture. Let's color sort here. Ooh, fancy. A little fur print for the coyotes behind. Well, what I thought was going to be a very quick project turns out to be not. But I think that's more to do with the amount of cutting that this particular design requires over the concept itself. Because that is a lot of pieces. Do you just stuff it in until it's all in there? Maybe? No! Shoot. Just pulling it out and stretching it. Oh, that camera shut off ages ago. Who knows when? Where's my line? Okay. Well, I think, uh-oh, it's coming out. You get back in there. Whew. That felt like a lot of work though. I want to do the desert. Okay, let's start with this one. So we need 59 and 60, 63 and 64. And I am just not in the mood to go for precision. It goes here. That looks really big. So I'm just creasing where I need to cut because I don't want to cut these pieces out. But normally I would trace my pattern pieces and then trace them on. But this is a lot. Let's do this one first. It does want to like get pulled crooked. And then this line, is that where it is? No, it's way up here. So then how do I get it all the way there without, I feel like that's not enough of a cut corner. You know what, I'm gonna do the angle first. Maybe. Nope. There. Okay. Now, I know you're supposed to be able to do this with a butter knife, but these pieces are tiny and they included this. So, let's see how this does. I'm definitely like shredding this foam. Definitely. Ah. All right. Well, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. All right, I'm gonna finish the sand and the cactus, and then I'm gonna do the mountains off camera and get the other pieces cut for the coyote and sky, and we'll do the coyote and sky together. So that's this one. I think that's this one. These two. I do definitely prefer the little pointy and the skinny over the butter knife. A lot more control. Although I think if I were doing a simpler design, I would be just happy with the butter knife. There is also a knack to not pushing it in too far one way or the other. As well as just finding the dang slits. That's probably gonna be tricky. We got curves here. Where is it? I mean, it looks cool though. A little bit messy where I can't get the threads all the way in. There is some degree of me trying to bring it in so that I'm not just trying to force it straight down, because it does certainly pull both on the other side and on the foam itself. All right, we have a desert floor.
A few moments later.
Okay, here we are so far. I have the sky and the coyote left, and this is not a quick project. Now, tucking it in goes kind of okay fast, but the pieces on this one, the cutting is just taking forever, and I'm not even being very precise. So I think if I were to do like a geometric traditional quilt pattern, it would go much easier and much more smoothly. This piece is gonna be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of the pieces, and then I'll tuck them in with you. Okay, I have all my pieces cut. Let's see if I can plow through the rest of this. Possible, better. There's like nothing left in this spot anymore. Oh, it's here. This is a tragedy. honestly not sure how I feel about this one. I think the design has a lot to do with it. Some of these sharp curves do not lend themselves well to this technique, and the large number of odd-shaped pieces were not only a pain to cut, but they were a challenge to align properly, which led to removing and redoing them, which led to fraying fabric and deteriorating foam. I think I may have enjoyed it more if it had been a regular quilt block design, which I've learned they do make, with straight edges and predictable angles, so I do actually want to try this again someday. Who knows? It's been 25 years since this design came out. Maybe they've made some improvements since then. But what do you think? Fun little diversion? Addictive new craft? More trouble than it's worth? Or just way too much of a cheat and you'd rather be sewing? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.